Okay, and we are live. All right, hello everybody. It's Dr. Alex Earl, and today I have a surprise guest here on Hump Day. We got Dr. Wiggriff with us here today for a very special Hump Day. And why? Why is Dr. Wiggriff here with us today? Well,
we have a very special coming up.
That's right.
For anyone booking surgery before the end of this year, so not something that's done very often at Pure Plastic Surgery.
That's right.
And we are excited to offer it, but since that is before the end of the year, the clock is ticking, and so you need to get on it if you're interested in taking advantage of any of these specials.
That's right. So, as some of you know, some of you have been following me for a long time, many years. Some of you have been following Pure for a while. Dr. Vidal, Dr. Wiggriff now, who's been with us for just over a year now.
Yes.
You guys know that we don't do a lot of price specials. In fact, I don't even remember the last time we did one. So, this is the time. This is like the special. I don't know when we're going to have the next one, if we're going to have the next one. This is the time. We got the Dr. W special. So we're doing the BBL for $49.99 or Lipo360 for $44.99. There's also some other specials related to breast as well, correct?
Yes. We have breast specials for anyone getting an augmentation or a procedure with an implant. You're getting 50% off the cost of your implants, and there's also a special out there for mommy makeovers for combining procedures, but you need to call and talk to that coordinator to get the details on that one.
Right, and so why are we doing this special now? Well, thing is, I'm pretty booked all the way through February, all right? So, it's the end of the year, things got booked up. I'm booked pretty much through February. Dr. Vidal is fairly busy, though she does have some spots open as well. But, we want people to come here to Pure Plastic Surgery because the idea of Pure was always to create basically a safe place to have your BBL, okay? We all know about all the horror stories regarding BBLs. We all know about the horror stories regarding high volume budget centers, whether they're here in Miami, there's a lot of them here in Miami or other places. We don't feel that anyone should have to go, to a place that is unsafe in order to have their BBL. So that's why we're creating a special, because basically I'm booked out all the way through February, but Dr. W does have some availability from now to the end of the year, which may not be true next year. Okay, so now is the time to get on top of it. But what we wanted to also, the point that we wanted to drive home is that even though we're having this special, it's still all being done at Pure. Okay? And what is Pure? Pure is a center of excellence for BBL and BBL safety, right?
Absolutely. So we have, first of all, Dr. Earl was really kind of one of the pioneers about BBL safety, especially with the use of using an ultrasound. And this is, I trained using an ultrasound when I was in training, but I came to learn it more from a master that was really behind the wide adoption of it. And that is what myself, Dr. Earl, and Dr. Vidal all do at Pure Plastic Surgery. And we do it really well. We understand the anatomy. And so it is a procedure that is actually very safe when done in the right hands with the right tools that we have available to make sure we're doing it safely. And that's what we're focused on.
That's right, because the BBL can be safe if you go to the right place and to the right surgeons, okay? If those things are true, then the BBL can be safe. However, if you go to the wrong place, wrong surgeon, then the opposite is true. It can become very unsafe, okay? Because a BBL is a very, I like to say, not necessarily a super complex surgery, but it's a very unforgiving surgery. So if something's not done correctly, things can go wrong very, very quickly, all right? So what makes Pure a center of excellence? So the first thing, yes, we talked about it. So I am, of course, the medical director, founder of Pure. I've been here for 6 years, and I've been doing ultrasound-guided BBLs since 2019. Have over 2,000 ultrasound-guided BBLs under my belt. So I am the medical director, and I have what's called the WAGS safety seal. So this is the WAGS seal. I don't know if you can read that up there, but it's the ultrasound-guided Brazilian butt lift or BBL safety seal. Okay, that means that I've done a ton of these cases. I've been doing it for a while. I've taken online tests. I've seen all the videos. I've done all the trainings, and we are now actually a training center for ultrasound guided BBLs as well. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, Dr. Wigger just mentioned it. What's
the ultrasound guidance? So this is really the best tool that we have available for us to make sure we're injecting the fat in the right plane, which is below the skin, above the muscle, where the fat already is, and that's how we can avoid that dreaded complication of a fat embolism, which is also on our list of things at Pure Plastic Surgery. We do not have a history of any fat embolisms at our center, which is not true of a lot of the centers down here in South Florida.
That's right, so we're going to check that off the list as well. Next one, of course, overall, it's a low complication rate, so that's not the only thing that could potentially happen with BBL, right? You can always get infections, you can get, needs for infusions, and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that the overall complication rate is also low. If you want to take a look at our complication rates, I actually have a live that I do at the end of every year in December. We go over all the cases that we did that year. We go over all our complication rates. We show you how those compare to the national averages, and we're always way below the national average. So if you want to look at the last one, go to my IG, Dr. Alex Earl, go to our post from December of 2023. You'll see that from last year, and then stay tuned for this year, because we're going to post the results for this year as our last live of 2024. And at that time, I'll have Dr. Wigger and Dr. Vidal come on as well, so that we can talk about all of our cases and complication rates at that time. Okay, so make sure you stay tuned.
That transparency is pretty unique. I don't think there's too many centers that are advertising their complication rate and demonstrating how it holds up to the national standards.
That's right, because there's two things about complications, really. Number one, the only way to not have any complications, of course, is to not do surgery at all. So if you do surgery, and especially you do a good volume of surgery, there are always going to be the potential for complications, but you want to keep the complication rate as low as possible. And the second part is, if there is a complication, you want to be there for the patient, right? You want to be in a center that has a whole bunch of highly trained staff that are there for you after surgery, and they know what to do so that we can get on top of problems as soon as possible, so that a little complication stays a little complication and it doesn't become a bigger complication.
Exactly.
All right, what's next on the list?
High patient satisfaction. I think it's pretty self-apparent when you go check out our reviews on Google or RealSelf or anywhere else.
That's right.
There's a lot of satisfied patients that come from Dr. Earl and Dr. Vidal, but I have my own string of them coming in.
That's right.
Now after being here for a year, and there's just more coming.
That's right. So in total, at least on Google, I think we have over 400 reviews there, and we're like 4.9 or something, like ridiculously high there. So yes, high patient satisfaction is definitely something that you want for a center of excellence. All right, and then the next one is kind of related to the staff, but of course, we are surgeons and we're in the OR and we're very, very busy, but we can't and should not do everything ourselves, right? So we need to have a team that's here built to take care of you. A team that's going to take care of you starting from before surgery to the surgery day itself, the days that you're here at Pure, to after surgery. That's what we've built here at Pure. So we have a huge team of people that are there for you every single step of the way. All right? So at no point in time will you feel like we're not there for you.
And then one other one we glanced over, but it's our certification of our facility here. Basically, to certify an operating room in an office setting, there's multiple different tiers of level of certification, with the bottom level just being a state certification, and then different ones. This JCO certification is something that you can Google. It's by the Joint Commission, and it is about the highest level of certification. It is the highest level of certification that an office-based operating room can obtain. What do you need to get that? You need to have all the everything in order to be able to handle any type of emergency that can come your way, and the staff trained like we're talking about, and all the equipment needed to intervene at any point if we have a complication.
That's right. So it's a high level of training for the surgeons and the staff, a higher level in terms of the amount of equipment that you have available, a higher basically overall safety level in terms of your protocols, as well. And so we do this survey with the Joint Commission, and we passed it twice now. And it's the same people that basically certify the major hospitals, right? So that's the same people that are certifying the OR here at Pure. And then last but not least, of course, in order to be excellent on the procedure, you got to do a lot of it, right? You can't just be doing one or two. And so certainly at Pure, this is actually extremely low number for us. They say that in order to be a center of excellence for certain procedures, you got to do at least 50 of them a year, and we do anywhere between 400 to 600 BBLs a year combined between myself, Dr. Vidal, Dr. Wigger. So way above that there. Okay, so if you are going to some other place and you want to see if they're a center of excellence, well, here you have your checklist right there. See how many of them they can click off. I'm telling you, there aren't many. I think actually we're probably the only one. Certainly the only one here in Florida. The only center of excellence for BBL and BBL safety. All right. So you still get all of this for this. That is crazy value. Because it's not about price, it's about value, right? You're not sacrificing safety, you're not sacrificing care, you're not sacrificing all the teams and the training and everything else that we do, the high patient satisfaction, being there with you every single step of the way. You're not sacrificing absolutely anything for this. So that is huge, huge value right there, okay?
So take advantage of it. It means you need to book and have surgery by the end of the year. So it's not just booking something for a future date next year, it's booking and having your surgery this year. So if you're on Dr. Earl's waiting list and can't get in, I'm available and looking forward to meeting you.
That's right, because come January 1st, that's it, it's done. Se acabó, as they say in Espanol. All right, excellent. All right, but we do have a little bit of time, so if there's any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Are you able to get a tummy tuck and breast lift, they're asking?
Tummy tuck and breast lift, absolutely, and we have a special on that right now, but that's one that you need to speak to a coordinator, so go to pureplasticsurgery.com, fill out the consultation form, and ask away.
That's right. Very common combination.
There's another question. What are the BMI requirements for Dr. Wigger to have a BBL with him?
All right, there you go.
So my BMI cutoff is 34. So if you're less than 34 and a healthy patient, but I have to say some patients with the higher BMIs may not be a great candidate for lipo or a BBL. And we review all these cases on a case-by-case point, but that is the cutoff. So if you're safe and you have the right body happiness for it and good skin, then you could be a candidate.
There you go. So we're right here for Dr. Wigger's special, max BMI 34. But of course, we always make sure the patients are safe, that they're healthy. We check your labs, we check everything else, make sure that you're good to go.
How many BBLs have been performed at Pure?
Ooh, all right, exact number, I'm not going to have that so I started using ultrasound guided BBLs in 2019. And since then, up until now, we've done over 2,000 BBLs between myself, Dr. Vidal, and Dr. Wigger, and I started Pure actually a year before that, so the number is probably closer to about 3,000 BBLs in total been done at Pure.
All right, perfect.
It's a lot.
And that's all the questions
All right,
I have.
excellent. All right, well, like I said, take advantage of the special. You're getting all of this, you're getting all that value. There's really no better value proposition. Certainly not in Florida. I don't think in the entire U.S. Not in the entire U.S. right now. Okay? So make sure you go for it.
All right, thank you everybody. Have a great one.
All right, make sure you tune in to Thursday Thoughts with Dr. Wigger, which will be on tomorrow. All right, take care everybody. Ciao.